And we're live. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We'll give a couple of seconds for people to join. And I'm super excited about this conversation and to have this amazing guest. Okay, we're gonna get started in just a minute, but maybe as people join, we can start talking about who's in the audience. If people come in, tell us where you're from, where you're tuning in from. Just drop it in the chat so we can see who we have in the audience today. All right, welcome everyone. I'm super excited to be back with another round of 2 questions with a subscriptions expert. For all of you who don't know me, my name is Rochelle Savier, and I'm a product marketing manager here at Yotpo. And I get the honor to work closely with our subscriptions team. Thank you to everyone who reached out with their questions before the event. If you have any questions as we're having this conversation, just drop them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them now. And if not, we'll cover them in the next LinkedIn Live for sure. As always, we have some very interesting questions about subscriptions and then some wild cards to get to know Dan a little bit better. So without further ado, let's get started. What is your name? Kind of gave that one.
My name is Dan.
Cool. What do you do here at Yotpo?
I manage our customer success team for subscriptions and also manage around 30 of our partnerships. So a couple of our merchants as well as our CSMs.
Amazing. How long have you been at Yotpo?
I've been at Yotpo for a little over 4.5 years. So been quite the journey seeing us go from where we were 4 years ago to where we are today.
And how long have you been part of the subscriptions team specifically?
I've been on the subscriptions team for about a year now. Started off just doing some like little projects for them, speaking with teams, speaking with brands, giving my own experience, and then started really partnering with our merchants probably by like end of the summer, August of last year.
Cool. And do you like to be part of the Yotpo subscriptions team?
I love it. I've gotten to work on 3 products at Yotpo, our reviews, loyalty, and subscriptions. And this is definitely by far my favorite product to work on. We're a really amazing team, and I really love being a part of it.
Super happy to hear. Can you tell me a little bit about your background and how you got into the current role that you have at Yotpo as a customer success team manager?
Yeah, definitely. So I actually ended up at Yotpo because I had applied to one of our competitors, funny enough, and through a partner team referral, they had sent my resume over to Yotpo because they didn't have any openings at the time for a CSM. So I joined Yotpo's CS org on the reviews team, and it was right around the time we acquired our loyalty product. So I saw the need for more dedicated CSMs on that effort as it was a newer product. Moved over, I worked on the CS side there for about a year before becoming a manager of that team, where I got to oversee a lot of our larger accounts. And then in May of last year, I was approached with the opportunity to move over to our subscriptions team, bringing that like startup atmosphere from previous careers and previous jobs into this role.
Amazing. Super cool. As someone who works very closely with brands, what do you think are the most important factors in establishing very strong and lasting relationships with customers?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think something that's super important is going into every conversation with a personal approach. Every business has their own unique goals, but at the end of the day, we're all people having conversations, and having that personal connection and understanding what's going to set you apart is really what drives the success and the strong relationships that we're able to build here at Yotpo with our partners.
I love that. And in your CS experience, what do you think brands are really looking for with a subscription solution?
Yeah, so from my experience, something that brands have really been excited about with us and what they get excited about switching over for our solution compared to others is that experience and that partnership. We at Yotpo really strive ourselves on not only delivering a best in class product, but also a best in class service. We take a lot of time and a lot of pride in what we're able to give to our partners from a service perspective, how we speak with them, how we meet with them, what kind of strategic advice we're able to give, how we can pull on our knowledge from other products and other areas of the business to really give a holistic view into not only just your subscriptions offering, but everything that you're doing as a business and how we can help you level that up and really give a perspective approach based on what you're trying to accomplish.
I love that. And I have to tell you, and I've told you so many times that I often speak with brands, with our brands, just to know what are some feature requests, how are they experiencing our subscriptions offering. And I have to say, like 98% of the time, your name comes up in the context of
Love it.
them loving you and really, really appreciating the level of service. But beyond that, just having such a close relationship with you as an advisor, sort of as a friend to the brand, because you guide them and you guide them in such a good way, not only in the business side but also in the personal side as well. So
Oh, I
I
love to
always,
hear that.
everyone loves you because you're the
I love
best.
that. We really want to make sure that the product we have an amazing product. Our product team and R&D have done such great work, but something that myself and our CSMs here really strive ourselves on is we want someone to feel like they're partnering not with just Yotpo subscriptions, but with Dan, with Brandon, with Gabe, with like the CSM that we're here, we're part of your team. And if you end up leaving, you're not just leaving Yotpo subscriptions, you're leaving our partnership. And that's like that extra piece that I think really drives home the relationship and what we're able to build here.
I love that. And by knowing you, I know that you do it in the most genuine way. And I think that's felt by brands. So that's amazing.
Appreciate that.
So let's continue with the next question. This one was one that we got from the audience before the event started. So customer success is all about helping brands achieve their goals. What are some of the most common goals that you see among Yahoo subscription customers?
Great question. Whoever wrote that in, we actually just had a whole offsite for our subscription team to discuss these goals that we're hearing reoccurring. And we really were able to kind of bucket them into three groups. One being retaining your customer. So, how are we able to keep someone as a subscriber longer, mitigating that churn? How are we engaging with our customers, making sure that all of your engagement is curated and creating a great on brand experience? And then how do we make sure the top of the funnel is a easy to use, seamless process for someone joining? A lot of brands that move over to us from another solution, typically what they're looking to do is take their subscriptions approach and then have a new view and lens on it. Maybe there's new products coming out, maybe there's a new offering that we can do and seeing how we can apply that to really level up the business for them. For someone who's new to subscriptions, typically what they're looking for is a way to create that reoccurring revenue stream in a way that's not going to cause tons of support tickets, confusion from customers, something that makes it really easy for them to just start off, get it live on site, start getting some data, and then have our CSM team be able to provide that expertise on what can we do to really take those next steps in that journey. But those three buckets I mentioned before are really what we try to focus on for all of our brands. And that was based on a lot of feedback from them. So the retention efforts, the top of the funnel efforts, and then the engagement efforts for how we speak to subscriptions every day.
That's great. That's great to hear. I think at the end of the day, it's all about creating good experiences. And we realize that with subscriptions, it doesn't have to be hard. It does require a sophisticated tool that allows you to create great experiences, but that doesn't mean hard. It means easy, it means intuitive, it means frictionless, both for the brands and for the shoppers. The subscribers are really, at the end of the day, the VIPs of every brand because it's like a real show of commitment to a brand. And if you don't have a good experience that is seamless, frictionless, like it can really drive them away from the brand.
100%. We coming from the loyalty world when I was working on that product into this, it's very similar. These are your most loyal customers. These are people that want your product on a super consistent basis and never want to run out. So how do we make sure that's really easy for them, but also they know their value, they know who they are, that they feel a part of this brand, and they're not just another customer or consumer. They're really someone special that gets that curated experience different from others.
Totally. So in your experience, what sets Yotpo subscriptions apart from other subscription tools out there?
The the product team and the R&D team here on Yotpo Subscriptions is one that is absolutely incredible. They are so quick to jump on calls. I haven't worked in my past here at Yotpo or at previous companies where a developer wants to jump on and speak with a brand or a product manager on a weekly basis just to hear feedback and understand, what do you need from us? What can we do to really make your experience better and our product better, so that constant feedback is what really sets us apart from a product perspective and has enabled us to quickly roll out features, be really agile in the space, and move faster than a lot of the competition. And then from the service level area, we really strive to make sure our team from support and migrations is really dedicated consumer first, to then even the CSM role, where your strategist in CSM is able to have really great conversations, understanding what you need and what you want to leverage, while also pulling in expertise from all of our other products and other areas of the business.
That's amazing. That's really unheard of, and I think it's something super special that we have here. And how do you think at the end of the day, all these things allow brands to actually build brand loyalty through subscriptions?
Yeah, so the product itself, being able to move agile and hear the feedback from our partners of what's a feature that you need, what's a feature you're looking for, what's a feature that we have that maybe we could level up to create that curated experience that you're looking for, whether it's a membership program, a subscribe and save, a prepaid program. All of that plays a major part in our development and what we should do to make sure you can give that experience. And then from our side on the success end, making sure that what we're able to deliver for you in the resources that go out to your customers, in the curated emails, the SMS texts, everything being on brand, and really a full platform approach and full circle approach of making sure everything gives the brand and the end consumer that feeling of surprise and delight, that feeling of being a part of something bigger than just themselves.
Love that. Um, this one is a little more spicy, I would say. Can you give us an example of a particularly challenging customer success situation you faced at Yotpo, and how did you overcome it? What happened?
Yeah, so we had a situation, and this one is definitely a tougher one whenever this happens, but we had a migration for one of our partners where they were leveraging a specific date for all orders. And it was coming down to the wire to make sure we could get everything moved over. They were switching to us because they really wanted to use our anchor date technology and the swapping feature. But with their rebuild date coming up so soon, I was on vacation and jumping on calls and speaking with them throughout, going from the restaurant to like see what we can do. And I was able to tell them not to worry. Our team in Tel Aviv is on this. They're going to be waking up early their morning. By the time you wake up, you will have a completed Yotpo experience. I can promise you that. And they gave us their trust. And luckily, and to our word, we spoke up and we did what we said. Our team worked. They got everything migrated over. When they were able to wake up in the morning, their time on the East Coast, all Yotpo subscriptions were up and running. All orders were in our system. And for them, it was a massive relief to have that sort of service provided, not only from CS, but also from support and R&D, that this was really a full team effort to make sure that they felt like they were getting that support. So to be able to turn around that sentiment where the customer was just feeling a bit let down from their old provider, a bit confused at how the whole thing was running, that we were able to really all come together and deliver this full platform experience, full front end, back end, make sure that they're set up properly. And now I can say they're super happy customer, going to be coming to our Retain Forward event. It's like plug for May 10th, and chatting with us, which will be really great.
Wow, that's incredible. And I remember we followed up with them. We had a few conversations after, and I remember them mentioning that many times like promises are made, but you as a brand sometimes don't know if it's really going to happen, if things are going to come up. Like, of course, like it's very nerve-wracking when it's like, just trust us, we know what we're doing, we're here, we're communicating with you, but also it's going to happen. And sometimes brands just need to trust, and with us, we're able to deliver. Like we were there for them, and they were so happy. So really, really great example.
Yeah, this was such a good one. I'm really happy with like it's on us at Yapo to make sure we deliver on our promises and live up to that trust factor. And really great that this whole situation from start to finish was one that won their trust, won them now being like a massive Yapo advocate. And I can say we're like a great partnership and can't wait to see them at the Retain Forward.
Yes, absolutely. Tell me, what are some KPIs that you focus on when working with brands?
Yeah, so one of the things that we're putting a lot of focus on right now is looking at what is the customer churn rate, and also what are some areas within the product though that we can see how churn is being affected. So with our new loyalty synergy, we're able to now track customers who are redeeming their points. How much more likely are they to stay on for the next order? Some of our initial findings are like absolutely incredible. Like 75% of people that redeem their points in Portal are staying on for that second order. We're only 46% of people who aren't. So being able to use not only data points that you commonly would see around churn, but how can we take it to the next level and understand what our other products can add and where that data layer comes in. On the SMS front, we're now like looking at what are the open rates, what are some win back campaigns we can build off of cancellations, off of the renewal reminders to make it so customers can see stats that maybe they weren't used to seeing, and really show that full platform narrative and that story where subscriptions fits in. But then obviously on top of that, we're always looking at the retention numbers, the growth numbers. What are your subscribers looking like? Are there fall off points that we can target with different campaigns? But I think the most exciting ones to me are the ones that really pull in areas that you might not necessarily see with other competitors in the space.
I love that. That's great and super unique. And you need that connected data layer in order to get then the numbers and actually understand what's happening, behaviors, what are your customers doing, and how can you adapt to cater better to them.
Yeah, exactly. We try to look at like every partner on our end is unique in what they're looking to accomplish and offer, but also every consumer on their end is unique. Like what you're going to see and what I'm going to see should be different. And my approach to make sure that working with Rochelle's rackets goes really well compared to Dan's dumbbells is going to be a different experience in what I can mention and advise as a CSM, but also in how you should look at the numbers and what we should advise on for like growing your offering and growing your subscribers.
Definitely. So tell me, what is your favorite Yahoo subscriptions feature?
My favorite one right now, it's a great question. I'd say it'd have to be our SMS synergy then and what's being built there. Close second would be loyalty, but I think that SMS piece that we are able to curate these amazing segments to target people. I was working with a partner this week, and we're now able to say anyone who has purchased a product more than one time, has written a 5-star review, is a loyalty member, but is not subscribed to this product, but subscribed to another one. Let's send them an SMS text asking them to subscribe and giving them an extra 5% off on their first order. That synergy and that feature is just so powerful, and seeing our brands get so excited where they want to send that text on the call. They're like, let's get this out there. This is amazing. Really is just an awesome part. And then just from being a loyalty team member for 2 years, I have to give them a plug as well. Like I love that the points redemption so simple. The fact that we're like building out product redemption campaigns, like ways just to make your most loyal customers that are subscribers even more loyal by making them a part of this community that is your loyalty platform. But I know you asked for one and you gave two. So those are the two like features that I really think are just setting us apart and really putting us on a level that separates us from the rest of the pack.
Valid, valid. I feel like between those two, it's hard to choose. So I give it to you. You can say two. What is the most creative subscription strategy that you have seen a brand implement?
Yeah, so most creative one that I've seen implement recently is probably the strategy of targeting people with that SMS blast, like I was just referring to. I think that was a really awesome approach of finding not just going after people that aren't subscribers, but who's a subscriber to another product, because you know that they already have that habit in them of wanting to subscribe. How can we grow their cart size and really take them to the next level, make them someone that stays on longer, that makes them have a larger spend, higher AOV. So that is probably the coolest strategy that I've seen. And then there's some membership programs where just the offering is super unique. You sign up and your box swaps out every month automatically, and you're getting new cosmetics. It makes you a part of a club. It makes you something that's really unique to them. And that's been a really awesome strategy to work on as well.
Super cool. I love that. Now we're gonna get a little personal. We've heard that you are really cool. You have a really cool side gig as a Rumble instructor. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so outside of working at Yotpo and going to our office and working with our brands and partners, I also teach at Rumble around like 4 to 6 days a week. So really fun getting to teach classes and get up on that stage, do something I'm passionate about, like fitness, and have some sort of outlet that's a little side hustle as well outside of the usual day-to-day CSM job.
So impressive. 6 days a week as a Rumble instructor, then bringing the best energy every day to Yotpo. Honestly, amazing.
Oh
Tell
man,
me,
yeah.
like, I'm really curious to know how your experience as a manager in the customer success team informs the work that you do at Rumble and vice versa. Like, if in any way.
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I'd say I definitely see myself taking a lot of like those CSM skills into Rumble, where making sure every person, every member who comes and takes a class feels heard, feels like they're a part of this community and a part of something larger. Like it's amazing the impact you can have on someone, like being up there on the stage and like coaching them and teaching them. But it's really similar to that awesome impact we can have with our brands and partners, like helping them build a campaign, expanding their subscriber offering, like that same kind of connection that I'm making with our partners on a day-to-day basis at Yotpo, I'm trying to do at Rumble. And then taking from Rumble into Yotpo is taking that like coaching ability, that like, how do we take maybe a really complex task, but make it something that's simpler and easier check marks as we build up, like building up our combos on the bag, building up what we're lifting on the floor. How do we take somebody that's offering one product on subscriptions and build it up over time to make it way more robust? Like, let's get you live with our basic offering, our MVP. We're going to have like one product. We're going to have your emails sending out. And then we're slowly going to add on the SMS text, the conversational flow management, the more unique branding opportunities, all of that as we build up over time. So both of them feed into each other. And I'm lucky enough to have two jobs that are able to coexist like that.
I love it. I can't wait to take a Rumble class with you.
Yeah, come on out. It's a lot of fun. We'll make sure we make a little Yotpo subscription themed as well.
Of course, we have to. um, so tell me, what is your favorite part of working at Yotpo?
So my favorite part of working at Yotpo, I think, has to be the people and what we're able to do. I tell this story to everyone, but I think it's super unique that one of the people who I started off at Yotpo with is in my wedding, but he's actually on my fiance's side. So not even in my party, like, but we're just such good friends, and he's become such good friends with her that she was like, I really want you to be on my side when I get married. And I was like, that's just incredible and shows the impact of the people we hire here at Yotpo, that they're really just amazing individuals and who really put their best self forward every day, want to like drive not only our vision forward, but also our brand's vision. Like, how do we take this approach that's not Yotpo centric, but is our partner centric, and make sure that they feel that love and feel that energy in everything we do. So I love the people we get to work with and the people that we bring onto the teams, even as we expand globally. I can consistently say like we do a really great job at hiring and who we bring in and who I get to partner with on every day, and then who our brands get to partner with.
Totally. That's amazing. So we have the last question. Those were 20 questions. So the last question is, I want to know, what are some of your favorite Yotpo subscription brands?
Yeah, great question. I work with a lot of really awesome ones, and I'll feel bad if anyone I forget to mention or anyone who I don't bring up here. But like off the top of my head and going off of my inbox of who I've been emailing with recently, number one, like working with Dime Beauty, they're amazing. The whole team there, Al, our point of contact, she's great. Anna, their retention director, like they really take an approach that's so unique. They want everything to be on brand and curate and really take passion in what they offer. And it just excites me to get to work with a brand like that feels that way. Our partnership with Pro Bar is amazing. They're like going through a full website revamp, and to get to be a part of that and get to speak with them on what their product offering is, how they're trying to expand and make it so that they're really that household name. Like RX Bars has been so fun and so cool to see what they're taking part in and working with their agency on the website redesign. Test Tube Beauty, who has become almost like a friend at work. I get to Slack with them and have conversations about what they're offering, how they're different, what's going in the different boxes and the makeup and whatnot. My fiance is a huge fan, actually. She's now a subscriber to them. And so whenever I see that Yotpo revenue number for them, I'm always like, damn, that's Kelly as well. So that's always great to see and see that growing. And that partnership is one that's a ton of fun and really great to see. Those three brands I speak with on a pretty consistent basis, and I've really enjoyed working with. There's so many others, and I feel bad too, like anyone who I don't think of to mention off of the top of my head, but those three like jumped to the front of my mind as I thought through it and thought through who we're like getting to partner with right now, and really excite me with what they're offering.
Amazing. Those are three amazing brands. And I feel like that's the best way to end this conversation, talking about Yotpo brands that we love, that we partner with and really become part of our brand. So thank you, Dan, so much. It was so fun getting to know you and for you to tell so much about subscriptions and everything that's happening. Super exciting. Before we sign off, next week, same time, same place, different guest. We'll be back with our third episode of Real Talk, where we'll be covering all things shipping. It's an interesting topic, I promise.
Ooh.
Hope to see you all there. And thank you so much, Dan.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye-bye. Bye, everyone.